Please remember, eyes up here, when you are in Notepad and you go to File, Open, and even though I'm in my Web Design Fall 2013, none of my files are there. Why, Brianna? Yes. I need to, right here, it's only looking for TXT documents, and we have HTML files in this folder. So if I change right here from TXT to all, I will see 1, 2, and 3. Okay. The other options that we could do is if you had your folder where it was, I could actually right-click and then open with and choose Notepad. But if that doesn't work, always know in Notepad you can go ahead and go File, Open. One of the things that you cannot do in Notepad, if I go File, Open right now, it's going to replace the file I have open right now with the new one. So if I go File, Open, and open up number 1, do I still have 2 open or 3? It does not. I only have this one file. If I wanted to have multiple ones open, I have to open a new Notepad. And then in each Notepad, I can open up a separate file. Does that make sense? But in Notepad, if you go File, Open, it will replace what you have open with the one that you chose. Just a little bit of a tip for you. What we need to see on your 3.html is you should have these bullets there. I did ask you also to go through and change for those bulleted lists. What heading number should you be on? 3. Just so we don't have 6 different heading sizes on there, it's not really good design. We purposefully went through. Can you have your stuff open, Brianna, so I can see where you're at? Can you split side by side so I can see them? Thank you. We went through when we created document 2 and we had headings 1 through 6 on there just so that you can have an example of what the different sizes are like. But we don't want to, in good web design taste, have a page that has crazy amount of fonts. Now, I love that there are teachers out there that do a really good job of putting information on their web pages for their classes. But they're not good web designers. They put things out there that are fancy and pretty and things like that, but they don't always think about what is going to be the best interest. Remember yesterday we looked at the Thunder Gridiron and that one page that had that large graphic and we had to scroll down before we actually saw our content? Good advertising for that one company, but wouldn't you get annoyed all the time if you wanted to go there and check it? It doesn't force users to get the information they want right away. And when you do good web design, you always have to think about is, why is the user there? What do they want to get? And get that information out for them. And different websites are designed for different reasons. So that is also, you have to keep in mind with the company, what is their purpose. So for example, if I went to Nike.com, what am I going to learn about? Am I going to learn about the company? If I go to Nike.com, I'm going to go to a place where I can find out about their current shoes and products, right? If I actually wanted to learn about Nike as a potential, as an investment for stock, I'm actually going to have to look a lot harder because most people, if they're going to search Nike, they're going to go ahead and buy the products. Would you agree? Oftentimes on the bottom of some of our big corporate websites, you will see in the bottom, it will say corporate information, and you would click on that, and it would actually give you a totally different website that does not look anything like the product that you could actually go through and research to find about their stock options and what their bottom line and their fiscal period and all those different things that way. So it's important that they have both websites there, but they have Nike.com reserved for what people think of for purchasing power. In your web design book, we are on page 21, please. 21. What we have up here is an example of an unordered list. Okay? Unordered because it doesn't matter if we did the bottom bullet and then the second from the bottom bullet and then the top bullet. It does not require it to be sequential, unlike your class list. What we're going to do right now, bless you, is change from an unordered list to an ordered list. But I don't want to type in 1, 2, 3, because I got other important things to do in my life, and I want HTML to automatically put the numbers on there. So if I add 5 more, it knows where it is. So in Notepad, what we're going to do is we have 2 items. We have this UL and we have this UL. Do you see those two? I'm kind of switching between them. And we're going to change it from UL to OL. Make sure it's O, not 0. And then hit save. Oh, wait, don't hit save. Did you hit save? Oh, I want you to do save as. So here's what you can do. Change it back to UL, because you need an unordered list and you need an ordered list example. So 3 is going to be the UL, and then you're going to do a file save as, and we're going to call it 4.html, and 4 is going to have our ordered list. Sorry about that. I hit the word save too quick. So here's 4. The main difference between 3 and 4, same information. One is an unordered list and the other one is an ordered list. And we have an example up here on the screen of what an ordered list looked like. Again, I didn't type 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I put in ordered list, it automatically went through and did that for me. Wasn't that easier than typing and numbering? What else did it do format-wise? It was the same thing on our unordered list. Do you notice? It indented it, because the number 1 is not right here at my left margin. Same thing for our bullets. Our bullets were indented in also. So by default in HTML, if we do an unordered list or an ordered list, it doesn't keep it right at the left margin. It indents it in a little bit to make it a little bit easier for your eye to see. Again, that's just some default layout happens because you're choosing that HTML tag of an ordered list or an unordered list. Now, we're going to get a little tricky here. We're going to do an embedded list, unordered list within an ordered list. So, ready to rock that? So right now I have an example of an unordered or an ordered list, and I'm going to add in the middle of it on my 4.html. I'm going to go through, to make my life easier, I'm going to put some enters in here. Do you see that? Is that changing anything for my formatting? No. All I have is I have my ordered list, then my LI and my ending LI. So I'm keeping all of my LIs together. Now, what I want to do, where it says you will be able to troubleshoot, so I'm right here, right above that line that I have highlighted, I'm actually going to go through and put an unordered list in. So I actually want this to be bulleted. Then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to do another unordered list. And then after this one, how many ULs do I have to end? 2, because I typed 2 in, right? So I need to then end my UL, and this will be tricky, and you're going to have to do a nested list coming up. And I want to show you what it does. With your nested ones, I want you to do a file, save as, and guess what we're going to call it? 5. If you've done it correctly, it should look like this with your nested list. Each time you add another list, you will notice that it brings it in almost like a tab spot in Microsoft Word. If your bottom one right here, number 2, does not go back, that tells you that you did not end the correct number of unordered lists. Okay? So what I have is right here, I have 2 ending ULs. Right before the line of text that reads, you will need to understand how HTML. So right here I have 2 ending ULs. And number 1 and number 2 should line up. But notice when we have another UL or an unordered list, this bullet is an open circle. And then when I do another unordered list, it brings it in kind of like an outline format, and it actually does a black square. Those are pre-programmed in HTML saying first ordered list, unordered list is this icon, and then it's this one and this one. So you can keep adding them, which will move them over. Because remember, a tab key does not work. But using your unordered list this way will work. Okay. So far, you should have 5 HTML documents that we have created together. Created 1, did a little bit, saved it as 2. Then we did a little bit, saved it as 3, 4, and 5. Okay. You'll be happy to know that we just went through and finished chapter 1. The entire chapter. All right. A couple things that you are going to need to work on today is I am going to be expecting your vocabulary to be done. Brianna, I know that you just started. It's okay. You were amazing. Way to go. You rock it. Rest of you need to make sure you finish up your vocab. It should get a little bit easier because we've talked about a lot of it. And then you will also find, I will share with you some other documents. So if you have not gotten your 5 to look like this, I'm going to help and troubleshoot that. Then I want you to do vocab, and then I will get you the next thing you need to do. I just need to make sure everyone can get their HTML tags done first. Sound good?